The function of religion at its purest is to bring out the best in people, to appeal to what Lincoln called the better angels of our nature. And the call is to make a better world, to produce social justice.
When David Landry started as a freshman at Holy Cross, religion, theology, was not his focus. That changed.
I had a lot of friends who said, oh, this professor's really good, or that one is really good in religious studies. And so I took 2 courses in the spring of my freshman year, and I was just blown away.
He was whisked all the way to a PhD in religious studies from Vanderbilt and a spot on the theology faculty at the University of St. Thomas.
What we're trying to do is interpret the Bible. We're trying to say, what does it mean?
In his Old and New Testament classes, the biblical scholar expects students to do more than memorize themes of the Gospels.
That what we're also trying to teach them is how to think critically, how to write effectively, how to speak persuasively, how to form an argument, how to identify and solve problems, how to be creative. These are all skills that are useful in any discipline and in life.
That life at St. Thomas has involved more than his faculty peers.
People saw the kinds of work that he does around this place for many years. Aquinas Scholars, the golf coach, volunteering for committees, doing all those kinds of service jobs that a lot of people don't want to do.
Landry did them and took on one more role: faculty activist and sometimes critic of the administration, most recently on the school's travel policy.
In order to be effective in any sort of controversial situation or a situation that involves conflict, you have to be respectful of the other side, and you have to not demonize them. You have to be willing to say, I disagree with you on this point. That doesn't mean I think you're a bad person. I think you're perhaps mistaken on this point, but you also have to be willing to listen.
I don't think he's a person that seeks the limelight. I think it really did bind him. He felt the responsibility to respond in public ways, and many of us are really grateful that he was able to do that and do that so well.
Landry's role as activist seems particularly pertinent to several of his courses.
The 60s, because the 60s was all about questioning authority and sort of thinking for yourself and deciding for yourself what the best course of action morally is.
When I think about the media course or the fundamentalism course or the world religions, justice and peace studies courses, that I think if you're going to equip students to deal in the modern world, then you can't just talk about Augustine and Aquinas, as important as those are in shaping the Catholic and Christian traditions. They're going to encounter in their work, in their travel, they're going to encounter fundamentalism. They're going to encounter people of other faiths. It seems to me the idea of a liberal arts education is that you would have breadth and depth, not just depth, right, but breadth and depth.
Finally, somebody has to say, hey, wait a minute, nobody's talking about faith or the church or the roles that these resources might play in this conversation.
To remember a line or two from the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock, I think that's important. It just sort of stretches the mind and enables them to function better in life.